All right, I am live on Facebook. I'm going to go live on YouTube right now as well. And I'm going live on YouTube. I am live on Facebook. This is Brad Show Live, the pandemic quarantine edition. Hopefully, we will be able to answer a lot of questions today. And right now, the only one watching is me. But I'm sure that people are going to start coming on any second now because we're always a little delayed. We're always a little delayed from starting. And we are live on YouTube. I'm going to be answering your immigration questions. So please leave your questions in the comments section, and I will be more than happy to answer them. I'm going to answer as many as I can in the next 45 to 50 minutes. I'm going to also ask at some point in the next few minutes to please share this with your friends and family, as well as to start watch parties on Facebook so we can get the word out to as many people as we can. We are live on Facebook, and we are also live on YouTube as well. Welcome all to YouTube. It's very funny because I'm going back and forth between Facebook and YouTube, and I'm on one camera, but they both give, it's weird if you're both watching on YouTube and Facebook, they give a little different angle depending on, Facebook gives a different angle than YouTube, and I'm going back and forth, and it's actually quite funny since I'm actually only on one camera. Let's start saying hello to people on Facebook. How are you all? Squad up to everybody. Happy Thursday, April 9th. Let's get a little energy going here. Nathaniel and Gia Minpon has a question already. We'll get back to you in a little bit. Lisa Bling Rose, what's up? Squad up. Chetty Manduri, how are you? Squad up. Latoya, his Forever Peterson. Welcome back to Brad Show Live. All part of the squad. Earth Angel Keisha, squad up, Uncle Brad. Maria Dixon, how are you? Joan Grant, squad up, everybody. Blessings. Corrine Powell saying, hey, Brad, how are you? Marilyn Thompson, squad up. Brahim Okfor has a question. We'll get back to you in a little bit. Also, Rog Dam has a question. Maylin Thompson saying, hi, Brad, my love. How are you, my love? Maylin Thompson. And Myrtle Ray saying, squad up. Violet Blackwood, squad up to everybody as well. Abdul Kadir Muhammad, should I post a question in the comments? Yep. If you want me to answer it, you can. If you think I'm going to get it telepathically, let me see. Nope, I can't get it telepathically. Post the comments. Post your question in the comments. I'll be happy to answer it. Absoldel Al Suwatan Bello saying, squad bro Brad. Okay. And Oliver Abrazado saying, morning here in the Philippines, squad up USA. Squad up Philippines, how are you? And Preeta Bersord Mahadeo saying, hi, squad up as well. And Alicia Davis Shepherd, squad up. Chimney Silver saying, hi, Uncle Brad, how are you? And let's go over to our squad on YouTube. And so far on YouTube, not too many people watching. I wonder what's going on with YouTube. Only one person watching, which is me, which is bizarre, since we have over 87 people watching on, we are not live on YouTube. Let me try to end the stream. Well, it says here I'm live on YouTube, so I don't know what the problem is here, but I'm going to end the stream on YouTube, and it says I've been live here on YouTube for about 3 minutes and 53 seconds, although Jilly Bean has told me we are not live on YouTube. We have about 100 or so people watching on Facebook. I am, by the way, I am the crew here. I'm trying to do everything. I wonder why we are not live on YouTube. Should I try to stop and start again? I wonder. Let's stop the stream, and I'm going to try to start again. So people on Facebook, hang in with me for 1 second while I try again to start our page. I'm not even going to title anything. I'm just going to start it. We'll have to put a title in later. Smile for the thumbnail. Here it is. There's my smile. And let's go live on YouTube one more time. Let's see if it works right now. And by the way, Simone Garraway said she was on YouTube. So I guess we were live on YouTube. We started a new stream. We started a new stream on YouTube, and let's hope it works now. So you know what? Do me a favor, guys. If you're watching on Facebook, can you go over to YouTube right now at Bradshaw Live and just tell me if you see our show? I'm getting mixed signals from people right now, and let's see, and see if we are getting anything there. In the meantime, on Facebook, Kerry Ann Wallace saying, "Squad up, Nancy Abell. Good evening, Brad. There's nothing like working through technical difficulties. Absolutely live on the air." Maria Dixon, what does that mean? What does what mean? I don't know what you're talking about. Let's go back to YouTube a second and see if anybody sees us. Only one person watching on YouTube. I think that would be me. I wonder what's going on with YouTube. Is somebody there on YouTube watching? Somebody say hello on YouTube. What is wrong with YouTube? Should I try to end it? I'm going to try one last time, YouTube. And if not, we're going to give up YouTube. We're going to give up on YouTube if not. But let's try one last time on YouTube. And if not, then I don't know what to do. So we're going to try one last time on YouTube. We will you the day, and we'll see if we can get this thing going now. All right, going live on YouTube one last time. We are live on YouTube. Let's see. Do me a favor. I am not streaming on YouTube. I wonder why that is. I wonder why. Wonder why that is. Maybe it is because. Maybe it's because I don't have enough band. Oh, I am streamed now. So Jilly. Oh no, I am not streamed now. Let's try one last time. Jill. Yes, Jilly, I'm live on Facebook. What would you like to tell me? Let's see. All right, we're just going to have to do Facebook today, guys. I don't know what happened to YouTube. We're going to tell all our friends on YouTube that we're going to... Should I try one last time on YouTube? Why not? Let's try one last time on YouTube. I am going to YouTube. And we're going to try it one last time. And if not, we got to start our show one way or the other. I'm going to my channel. This is what happens with pandemic quarantine. And I'm going to go to go live a video. I want going live on a webcam. I'm going live. No, this is not made for children. It is not. Smile for the thumbnail. That's what I am doing right now. And it says go live, and I'm going to go live, and hopefully I will go live. If not, I don't know what to say. So it says I'm live. It says I am live on YouTube. Maybe there's a delay. Let's see what happens. We'll come back to YouTube in a little bit. Let's say hello to the rest of the squad. Maurice Chomtree, Cromarty saying, "Hey Brad, squad up." And a lot of people with questions. And Linda Shaw saying, "Squad up to my beautiful family." Let's see what's going on in the world quickly here. And then I will check back with YouTube in a little bit. It is, as I said, Thursday, April 9th. There's now more than 1.5 million people confirmed with the coronavirus infection. It was slow to spread to rural America, but not anymore. It has reached officially 2/3 of the country's rural counties in the United States of America. That 1 in 10 counties are now reporting at least one death in the United States. Doctors and elected officials, they're warning that a late arriving wave of illness could overwhelm rural communities that are older, poorer, and sicker than most of the country. Everybody is please urging Everybody in the know is urging everybody to please social distance. Here in New York, where I am quarantined, the death toll hit its record high for the third straight day. 799 people, it's terrible, died of the coronavirus in New York. The epicenter of the epicenter in New York is actually in Queens, right along the seven line, goes through Corona and Roosevelt Avenue, if anybody knows Queens area, and goes through Jackson Heights. That is the epicenter of the epicenter in the entire United States of America. It's a big immigrant community there, so please be careful. Governor Andrew Cuomo said at a press conference that social distancing is helping to flatten the curve of coronavirus hospitalizations, and they believe that there's going to be less death than they originally anticipated. Dr. Fauci, I saw earlier today, cautiously optimistic that New York is hitting its peak of coronavirus cases, so hopefully that is the case. Yesterday, we talked about ICE was not releasing anybody from detention, even though 60% of the people in detention in ICE have no criminal record, despite the fact that there's a lot of fear that coronavirus is going to be spreading throughout the entire jail system of ICE. But now ICE today reversed, and they said they are going to review detainees for release because of health conditions believed to place people at higher risk. So hopefully that will be the case. I also saw, I'm sure people already know, Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of Great Britain. He became ill. He was in the ICU. He has now been moved out of the ICU. So thankfully, it looks like he is going to be okay. Does anybody watch Tiger King? Does anybody watch Tiger King? Crazy tiger people. I mean, who knew these tiger people even existed in the world, let alone in the United States, let alone they were crazy? Well, if you haven't seen it, it was such a train wreck, that show. I couldn't stop watching it. So I binge watched it on Netflix for about over a 24-hour period. I won't give you the spoiler alert, but here's the spoiler alert. At the end, the guy goes to jail, the Tiger King. So now, throughout this entire coronavirus pandemic, the world has come to a close. We have the most people ever applying for unemployment. Businesses are closed. People are suffering. People are dying. Economically, people are dying. Physically, people are dying. We had 799 deaths in New York alone yesterday. So what is Donald Trump talking about in his press conference? He's joking about taking a look at Joe Exotic, who is known as the Tiger King from this Netflix show, about pardoning him from his felony that he's going to be spending the next 21 years in jail. I couldn't believe that of everything that's going on in the world, this is what the man has to talk about. The bizarre exchange went down yesterday afternoon at the coronavirus task force briefing. It happened when a reporter asked Trump if he's heard of the popular Netflix series, and if so, might consider commuting Joe Exotic's 20-year prison sentence. And the reporter told Trump his son Don Jr. joked during a radio interview he'd lobby the president to pardon Joe Exotic for the memes and just frankly watching the media reaction to this thing. So it's actually pretty hilarious. Trump asked which son made that comment before answering in signature fashion, saying, "I know nothing about it, but that didn't stop him from saying he would look into it." So I can't believe this is what's being discussed right now. And if anybody who watches my show on a regular basis, they've heard us talk about at least 2 or 3 different times on each of our Thanksgiving specials about the accidental Thanksgiving grandma who sent a text message. She was an elderly white woman who sent a text message thinking it was to her grandson, but it was sent to a black kid in the inner city, inviting him for Thanksgiving. And the kid showed up at the door, and they were like, it was like Sidney Poitier, coming, I guess, in that movie. I never saw it, but, that Sidney Poitier movie, something about, where he gets invited to dinner in the 1960s. But nevertheless, the family welcomed him in, and he had a lovely Thanksgiving dinner with that family. And for several years now, she's been inviting him back for Thanksgiving. They became very good and close extended family members. She became known as the accidental Thanksgiving grandma, and she's now recovering from the coronavirus, but unfortunately she is mourning her husband. Now, the whole story started back in 2016 when Wanda Dench from Mesa, Arizona, invited her 17-year-old Jamal Hinton to Thanksgiving with a misfired text that went instead to somebody else. But even after realizing the mistake, Wanda, along with her husband Lonnie, extended their invite and also invited his girlfriend as well. And each subsequent year, they've been having Thanksgiving. It's a really beautiful, beautiful story. And unfortunately, they both got coronavirus, and unfortunately, the husband, he died, which is very sad. I also saw Cardi B. She started, coronavirus, shit is real. Well, she's also being very real too, because she's giving over $1 million to families affected by coronavirus. So, so my hand goes out to Cardi B. Good job there. She announced that she has teamed up with online boutique Fashion Nova to help families affected by the coronavirus. She's going to be giving out $1,000 every hour to families needing to pay bills, purchase food, until they reach $1 million. I'm not sure where she's finding. Maybe go to @FashionNova. I'm not sure where she's going to be giving out this money, but maybe go to @FashionNova, or also go to hashtag #FashionNovaCare, Fashion Nova Cares, which is hashtag Fashion Nova Cares, FashionNovaCares. I am sure that if you either go to @FashionNova or Fashion Nova Cares, or maybe even check out Cardi B's Instagram or whatever, I'm sure they will have some sort of link to where you can get in on that, getting the $1,000 every hour until they give $1 million away. And which is very nice too. Matthew McConaughey of the Lincoln Town Car fame commercials, but he's also a famous actor as well. But those Lincoln Town Car commercials are the worst. But he's very nice right now. He has been playing virtual bingo with some seniors at a living facility in Austin, which is very nice. So a lot of stars are absolutely giving their time, and which is also very, very nice. I see we have nobody watching on YouTube, so I guess YouTube is a loss for the day. But we are going to continue on Facebook. So please tell everybody right now that I'm going to start answering immigration questions in the next 45 seconds. So how do you tell them? If you're saying, well, how am I going to tell them? You want me to yell out window? Well, that's what you would do, 40 years ago. You would yell out your window, say, hey, Brad's answering some immigration questions. Go turn on the TV. But right now we have something called the internet, and we don't have to scream out the window anymore. So what you can do instead is start a watch party right now on Facebook. And you can tell all your friends who you're friends with that I'm answering immigration questions right now. Let's start with, I'm going to be answering them off of my telephone because for some reason on my laptop I lose the question. So I'll be looking at my cell phone as I answer the questions. Nathaniel Nijia Min Pham. I guess they Vietnamese or perhaps name, I'm not sure. It says, hello, sir. How are you doing? Oh my gosh, he has a very, very long question. Hello, sir. How are you doing? I've been a long-time subscriber of your channel and watched a lot of shows. They're very informative and helpful. Now I have questions about my case. I'm having a pending marriage-based adjustment status that was filed in March of 2017. In September 2018, we attended the interview and got the I-130 approved. Good. However, USCIS had to administratively close my I-45 as I was in removal proceedings at that time. So last October, the immigration judge terminated my proceedings. Then I mailed the judge's order to USCIS field office in Dallas. So far, I haven't heard anything from them. 3 days ago, I called USCIS. They made a service request and emailed me that my I-45 is currently with an adjudicating officer. What should I do now? Also, do I need to refile my I-45? I don't really want to do so. Thank you very much. well, you can't refile an I-45 because you already have one pending. You can't have two I-45s pending at the same time. If your file is with an immigration officer, that's good news. That means somebody's looking at your case. So sit back and relax and hope that sometime in the next few weeks, you're going to get an answer from immigration, because right now, all these immigration officers have absolutely nobody to interview. So they should be going through their whole backlog of cases and approving it. So it's actually beneficial to you that they're not scheduling anybody for interviews right now. Hopefully the immigration service officer who's looking at your file will send you an approval. But sounds to me, everything was good except that you filed the I-45 too early. You just needed to file the I-130, then have the judge terminate your proceedings, then file the I-45. But otherwise, it sounds like everything is going to work out for you. So good luck on that. Brahim Out Kafir. Can a conditional green card holder apply for citizenship while waiting on an I-751? The answer is yes. If you are in a bona fide marriage with your spouse and your I-751 has been pending for more than 1 year, by definition, you've been a conditional resident now for more than 3 years. And if you can, prove that you've been a permanent resident for at least 3 years, whether in conditional status or permanent status, that you're qualified to become a citizen. You can file the N-400. At your N-400 interview, they're going to interview you both on the I-751, which is the removal of the conditions of your permanent residence, and the citizenship. I have seen in my career that when you do that, it actually just gums up the system and they don't ever make decisions, and it actually slows both cases down. But, in certain circumstances, it's worth trying, because alternatively, you may be waiting a very, very long time. So, I'm usually against it, but I understand why people want to do it, and it's not going to hurt you. Then yeah, the answer is yes, go do it. And hello, Dan Strat. I see he's watching too. Still having internet problems, Mr. Strat, because I was not able to get off my YouTube, only was able to get off on Facebook today. That didn't sound right. That didn't sound right, what I just said. I was only able to stream on Facebook. I was not able to stream on YouTube. I think it's an internet problem. I'm not sure. Let's see who else we got here. Simon Pasquale. Mr. Brad. By the way, is anybody doing their watch parties? Because we only have about 160 people watching right now. So I hope everybody's doing watch parties. And by the way, I do have to remind everybody that my office is open every day. Every day my office is open. So if you need to reach me for any reason, you can call me. And the number to call is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW, 1-800-529-5465. It says here, Mr. Brad, if you miss your biometric appointment because there was no notice received, what do you do, especially if you tried calling and doing everything to get a new date, but to no avail? Well, if you eventually got your notice, then just show up on any day and say, here, I missed my appointment, but I notice now. If you never got a notice, well, how do you know you missed it if you never got a notice? So give me a call, 1-800-529-5465. Yeah, Earth Angel Keisha, I'm not seeing me on YouTube either. It's quite upsetting, but we'll have it fixed for Monday. Let's see what else we have here. Corrine Powell has a question. Corrine Powell, do you think they are still processing work permits now? My request from October last year, it's a VAWA case. Any update from USCIS on that? They're absolutely processing work permits, and hopefully you will get one very, very shortly. Immigration is open. They're just not open to see you, but they're open to see things in the mail, to see you in the mail, and everything else. Okay? So immigration is definitely open. Now, also open is the law offices of Spar. People think we're not open, but we are. We're all working from home. See, I'm sitting here downstairs in my living room right now. I'm working from home, and the telephone number to call is 1-800-529-5465. 5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. That's the number to call me in my office. Corrine Powell. We asked that question already. Let's see. Shalini Puri says, hi, Brad. My uncle applied for my mother in 1988. That time I was a minor. My mother also petitioned for my married daughter, which is current now. So what documents do I need to file under 245I, and am I a derivative? So my uncle applied for my mother in 88. At the time I was a minor, and my mother also petitioned for married daughter, which is, okay, I understand. So what happened was your mom got petitioned by your uncle. It was a brother-sister petition. You were under the age. It was 1988. Your mother got her green card. You never got a green card. You subsequently got married. You became an adult. Your mom was a citizen. She filed for you. And now, decades later, you're now become eligible for your green card through your mom's sponsorship. You are a derivative beneficiary on that 1988 case. You are considered grandfathered in under Section 245I. You just need proof of the approval of that original I-130 by your uncle for your mother, or some other document to show that you were included on that case. And then you would pay a penalty fee, and you would file your adjustment based on your mom's new case. The best way to do it is a Freedom of Information Act request, or literally come see me in my office, 1-800-529-5465. Marisa Comardi, says, hey, Mr. Brad, while I'm waiting on VAWA, how do I apply for my work permit and advance parole? I have 1 month left before it's expired. Well, you got to file for a new I-765 and a new I-131, and you submit it. And if you need help, you give me a call, but it's done on the I-765 and the I-131. And file it as quickly as possible. Macaulay O. Temple says, hi, Brad. I got married to a U.S. citizen, and I filed for the adjustment of status, and it was denied. Then I refiled a few days later. USCIS sent me a letter for removal proceedings. Now on for a new biometric last month in March. But I'm now in removal proceedings. Will the USCIS approve my work permit and my green card, or will it be the judge at the removal proceedings that will approve my work permit and green card? The answer to your question is neither of the above. If you are in removal proceedings, your case is no longer, you're not eligible to get your work permit and your advance parole until you get out of removal proceedings. You're not eligible for your green card. A lot of times they'll mail you the work permit and advance parole anyway, because the right hand don't know the left hand's doing, and they just send it to you not realizing you're in removal. But the fact is, hello, Stephania, waving to me, hello. But the fact is that when you're in removal, the judge has to terminate your proceedings, and then you got to file for a new adjustment. So hopefully they do not deny your adjustment. Hopefully you go see a judge, he terminates it before they deny your adjustment, and you just continue with that adjustment. But if you're in removal, you certainly need help with an immigration lawyer. Tatiana Cunham. Hey, Brad, how are you? I've been married since 2018 with a green card holder. Can he file for me if he hasn't been in the U.S. for 5 years? Can I apply for Social Security number now? He could file for you, but you're not going to be eligible for a green card for about 2 years. Once he becomes a citizen, you could file for your adjustment, unless you're in legal status now, which you probably are not. Abdul Qadir Muhammad, I know you don't see me on YouTube. I don't either. It's very annoying. Let's see. And it's funny because I see on YouTube, it says I am streaming live. It says I've been streaming live for 20 minutes, but the only one watching is me. Very strange. Let's see. Who else we got here? Abdul Qadir Muhammad. I'm on a valid F1 visa student. I'm currently in optional practical training. My fiance is a USA born. She moved to her home country but holds a US passport. She wants to move here with me and to get married and file for a green card for me. Please guide me, Brad. Well, she had come back to the United States, established her domicile here, which means that she's now going to be permanently living in America. File for your adjustment. You're going to need to get an affidavit of support from a second person because your wife hasn't been working here. Show that she's going to be living here with you full time in America, and you'll be able to do it. Why not? You made a legal entry into the United States. And Julia Moniz does not get notification from YouTube. I know this whole YouTube thing is very annoying today. Very, very annoying, this YouTube. I want to scream out my window, but no one's going to listen to me anyway. Charles Engel. Hi, Uncle Brad. The motor vehicle, MVA, is closed and my driver's license is expired. Can I still drive? No, you cannot drive on an expired driver's license, but I don't know if every state has a vehicle online, and you can renew your driver's license online. I renewed my New York State driver's license online. I haven't stepped inside a motor vehicle office in 20 years, so I keep renewing it online. So go online and renew it. Other than that, you're driving illegally. Yeah, and Lisa Bling Rose says she went on YouTube, but it looks like you can't see me. Yeah, it's YouTube. And Darsh Singh says she is watching Love is Blind instead of Bradshaw Live. Or maybe she's watching both. Let's see what else is happening. Carol Anderson, the Tiger, saying hello. And any other questions here? I'm looking for questions. And Martin. Hello, Brad. I'm a derivative on an I-130 application that was filed on my behalf by my mother. It was filed February 5th, 2015 and approved February 13th, 2020, which means I was pending for about 5 years and some days. I'm 24 years old. I know that you're given a 1-year period to seek to acquire in order to make use of the Child Status Protection Act. But my question is, do I seek to acquire now or do I wait until the priority date becomes current on the visa bulletin? Well, if your mother filed an I-130 for you back in 2015 and it is now February 15th, 2020, the priority dates are current. So, you're seeking, if you are in the United States of America and you're eligible to adjust, you just claim Child Status Protection Act. If you're in another country, you got to contact the National Visa Center, claim Child Status Protection Act. I'm seeking to acquire my green card. They got to send you fee bills, and hopefully they will do that within 1 year of your priority date becoming current, which is 1 year from the date of your approval of your I-130. Chinese Silver, you may want to call me for that. That could be complicated. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-LAWLINK, 1-800-529-5465. Chinese Silver. She says, hi, Uncle Brad. How are you? I got an RFE from USCIS. John Smith, you got to ask questions in the comment section. It says, hi, Uncle Brad. How are you? I got an RFE from USCIS on my I-485, the K-1 applicant. That's a fiance visa. And my husband didn't get married on the 90 days I was allocated. So the problem is the date on my passport is written as June 19th, 2019, while the I-94 date is June 14th. So what do we do? When did you come in the United States? Did you come in June 19th or June 14th? It's one or the other. So if you came in June 19th and you got married within the 90 days, you just got to prove the I-94 is an error. So what you do is call me. You're not going to be able to get your green card. Shakrit Desai, what is USCIS decision after reviewing your RFE on the I-765? Either they give you a work permit or they don't. That's the decision. Stargirl Mika, Brad, can someone who is a citizen who doesn't pay or file taxes marry and file for his spouse from Jamaica, even with using a sponsor? Well, it depends why they're not paying their taxes. If they're not paying their taxes because they're not working, that's one thing, because then they don't have to pay a tax return. If they're not paying their taxes because they're just working under the table and they're screwing Uncle Sam, then why would Uncle Sam give that person a benefit of giving his spouse a green card if he's not paying his fair share of taxes? So it depends what the reason is. And by the way, I need everybody to, if you haven't started your watch parties, now is the time to do it. Tell everybody, I'm only going to be on for about another 15, 20 minutes. So please start your watch parties right now and share this and like this on Facebook, especially since we're not on YouTube today. We need to get our numbers up. Elaine Brown says, hi, Uncle Brad. I reviewed my green card in March. I received my green card March 2016. I was abused by my husband. You helped me to get my green card. When can I get citizenship? My book expired. What would I do? Well, if you got your green card in March of 2016 through as a result of abuse by your husband, and your husband was a U.S. citizen, you are eligible for your citizenship right now. 3 years after you got your green card, based on a VAWA by a U.S. citizen, you can file for your citizenship. So when you say your book, I guess you're Jamaican or whatever country you're from. Your passport from your birth country is expired. It's no big deal. You can still apply for your U.S. citizenship now. Brad, is the public charge document a 4-page questionnaire? It's about a 20-page questionnaire if you're talking about the new form. Stargirl Mika, how long does it take to get a receipt and prima facie after filing the VAWA? Also filed together. Well, the receipt comes within a couple of weeks. The prima facie happens within 90 to 120 days. Ricardo Maestro Henry, a friend of mine did a service. He did his adjustment of interview September 16, 2018. I don't know what this means, but let's read the whole question, and I'll have to put it through my Facebook to English translator. I'm going to read it because it doesn't make any sense, but let's see if we can figure it out. A friend of mine did a service. He did his adjustment of interview September 16th, 2018. However, he said that going to a second interview, what's your take? It's a genuine relationship. I guess he went on an adjustment interview and things didn't go well. The officer didn't believe it was a real marriage. That's my take. If you're going for a second interview, it means they don't believe it's a bona fide marriage. They think that there's something fishy here about your marriage. And they're going to separate you into 2 different rooms. They're going to give you a Stokes interview where they're going to ask you and your spouse 200 questions each, and you don't hear the answer. It's like playing the newlywed game or playing, Bradified marriage, if you've ever watched Brad Show Live. You got to be prepared to prove you live together and have a financial relationship. That's what I think. Let's see what else we have here. Chris Lowe. Good afternoon, sir. My mom filed for me in 2012, and I recently filled out the DS 260 form. What's going to be my next step? Well, you got to hear back from the National Visa Center because if you don't hear from the National Visa Center, there is no step. So you filled out your DS 260. Did you submit your? I assume you paid all your filing fees. Did you submit your police report? Did you submit affidavits of support? I don't know where you are. The next step is follow all the directions from the National Visa Center. Assuming you submitted it all, the next step is they're going to look at it and send it off to the U.S. Embassy if it was all done right. Let's see. Everett Simpson. I filed for permanent residence for my spouse, and the last thing she heard and did was her biometrics. The medical was never sent. Should I mail it in or wait on an interview to take it in? Wait for the interview to take it in unless they ask you specifically in advance. Never. One rule you should always know with immigration: never start mailing documents to them unless they ask for it. It never reaches the file, because when they ask for a document, they send you something with a barcode on it, and that's how they get that document to your file. And if you just start sending stuff into immigration and they don't know who the hell this person is because it has no barcode on it, your document that you're submitting is never getting to that file. So unless immigration asks for it, never send anything in. Wait to bring it to the interview. By the way, I don't know how many people are starting watch parties, but I'm going to look after. I really hope people are starting watch parties. I really hope people are sharing this. All right, because this is good stuff, I think, right? Ricardo Maestro Henry has a question. A friend of mine did a service request. He did his adjustment status interview in September 2019. He told me they replied saying he's going to do a second interview. What's your advice? It's a genuine relationship. My advice is wait for the second interview and be prepared for a Stokes interview. That's my advice. And get a lawyer, because if you're going for a second interview, that means the first interview did not go very well. Sean DeJames. Hi, Uncle Brad. I finally got my denial letter for my DACA and EAD that I filed in March 20th. They denied me because my VAWA was approved on March 4th. So with this said, what do I do? My DACA and EAD C33 expires July 2020. Do I file for my EAD under C09 or C31? Well, it depends. If you have already filed your application, you do it under C09, which is adjustment. If you have not filed your adjustment application, you do it under C31. So if you just have the I-360, you can file the C31 work permit right now. You can always file your adjustment later. Or if you already have the pending adjustment, just do it under sign. Tulani Talbort. I have a friend from Poland. He's been here 4.5 years. He wants to know what's his option. I don't know. What's his option? I don't know. How would I know what his option is? I would need to know a lot more than if you're from Poland. So what do you need to do? Tell him one option he has, which is probably a good option. Call me, call my office, set up a consultation, 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-LAW-LINK, and have a consultation with me, and we'll figure it out. So Lisa Bling Rose, there's something wrong on YouTube, so they all have to come over to Facebook today. That's right. Tyrone Davies. Hi, Brad. When upgrading an I-130 petition after naturalization for your spouse, can you send an I-45 at the same time? And the answer is yes, you can. I hope I'm not off. Let's see. I'm frozen here on my... I'm frozen. Don't tell me I got off now. Frozen on my... Let's see what happened. I lost all my... all of these technical problems, because really I'm just a good lawyer, but I'm not very good with this technical stuff. I am on, but I lost all of my questions on my phone. Let's see if we can get it back. Yep, I'm back. Hey, look, it's all back again. It was missing before. But I lost all my questions. Oh gosh. All right. So if I didn't ask your question, unfortunately, you're going to have to ask it again, because when I got knocked off of Facebook, I lost everybody's questions. So please ask it again right now. Ilan Scott, who just asked the question. Hi, Brad. Happy Thursday. I'm a U.S. citizen. Can I apply for my spouse to come here even though I'm on SSI? Are there any special considerations for people with disabilities? SSI, people with disability, there is no poverty guideline issues with people with disability. So yes, you can sponsor your spouse. Just because you're disabled and unable to work because of a disability doesn't mean you don't get to fall in love with somebody in another country. So yes, you can file that petition. You may need a second affidavit of support from somebody else, and your spouse may need to be able to prove that she has an education and skill level that she'll be able to work here in the United States. But the answer is absolutely, you should sponsor her, and we can help you. And you call 1-800-529-5465. Again, if I didn't ask your question, leave it again right now, because I did lose a lot of questions. So unfortunately, you got to ask it again. There's nothing I can do about it. I wish I could roll back the clock, but I can't. So please ask your question again. If I didn't get to it, leave it in the comment section. I see people are sending me direct messages on Facebook. I can't read your direct messages on Facebook and talk into a camera and look at my phone to the comments on the Facebook page and be the entire crew, all while sitting comfortably in my living room. I can't do it all. So please leave that question again. Shahzed Asif, how are you? I just got married. I'm on the K1. Now what? If you got married on the K1, that means you came here as a fiance. You had to have gotten married within 90 days. Now what? File the adjustment application, the I-485. And actually, as a fiance, you could, if you want something, you want to save $535, you can get away on a K1. Only on a K1, you can get away without filing the I-130 visa petition. So you won't need to pay that second filing fee. You just have to pay $1,225 adjustment. And on the bottom of the adjustment form, where it says, on the first page of the adjustment form, it says, what is the category that you're filing? And it says, I'm an immediate relative. They give like 10 or 12 different options, asylee, job sponsorship, whatever it is. On the bottom is another one that says other. Just check other and write fiance visa, and you'll save the $535. You won't have to pay the for the filing fee for the I-130. David Deco and Lisa Bling Rose. It is the 5G signal. I really believe it. David Deco, my final immigration court interview was supposed to be on March 20th, 2020, but the court was closed for in-person service. Do you think I can get an early date when the court is reopened? I've been waiting for over 3 years for these court dates. I don't know. I hope you get an early court date. It's very frustrating, but I don't know when you're going to get a court date. That's impossible for me to know. Pauline Blackwood says, hi, my husband put in an I-130 petition from last July. How long? Oh, gosh, I lost it again. All right. Last time we're going to try this. All right. Last time we're going to try this. And let's see if we can get, there we go. We'll have to try to get everybody's questions in one more time because, again, leave your questions. I got knocked out again. Chinny Silver. I'm back. Chinny Silver says, thank you, Uncle Brad. I got into the United States on March 17th, 2019. We got married on June 19th. The I-94 says June 14th. The 90 days expires, but on my passport is written June 19th. Got into the United States March 17th, 2019. April. All right. So is March 17th to June 19th. I would have to count the 90 days. But if it's March 17th to June 19th is 90 days on the dot, then you're okay. You just have to prove it and come and give me a call and we'll figure it out and prove it. Okay, there's easy ways to prove it. We'll get proof of your plane ticket. Jessica Levy, Joel Reed, people stop stressing out. I'll go, nobody's stressing me out. I'm very cool, very cool right now. I'm calm, I'm good. Let's see. Claudia Stewart. Hi at Bradshaw Live. Is the number of cases in New York decreasing now or is it still going up? It depends on what you're counting. I'm not Dr. Fauci, but it depends. What I understand is that the number of infections is going up. The number of deaths is going up, but the percentage of people getting sick and going into the hospital is being reduced, which means, and deaths always lag infections because you don't die the minute you get infected. You die, if God forbid, 1, 2, 3 weeks later. So what they're saying is we've reached the apex, we're about to reach the top of the infection level. It was either going to plateau or start going down. They believe that it's either going to start going down tomorrow, Saturday, or Sunday, or it'll plateau and start to go down early next week. That's our hope. Usman Darbo says, hello, Brad. My sister filed for her citizenship and did the interview. It's been over 2 years and she did not receive a decision from USCIS. She's been contacting USCIS, but still no decision was given. What can she do? Well, if you've ever watched the show, the first words out of my mouth are mandamus. If you went for an interview more than 2 years ago, when you file your adjustment application, what you're saying what the government is saying, what the law says is, I'm immediately eligible for my green card. So yes, it does take some time for them to process a green card application. So you can't sue them on the first day you filed the adjustment application. But certainly 2 years after an interview, if you still don't have your green card in your hand, that's not immediately available. That's delay. It's a major, major delay. And that's a violation of your rights. So you file a mandamus. That's what I do. Usman J.C. Darbo. Oh, I answered that question already. Let's see. Claudia Stewart says, Uncle Brad grew an extra gray hair this season. I may have, unfortunately. It happens once you hit the 50s. Abiola Adioke. And also, by the way, my hair's growing long. So when my hair grows long, it looks grayer. When my hair is very, very short, I can't explain this. I don't know why. But when my hair is very, very short, and also I have my beard is coming in gray now these days too. But when my hair is very, very short, it looks darker. I can't explain why. Abiola Adagok. I am a 2-year green card holder. My wife filed, by the way, me and many celebrities. I'm not a celebrity, but I see many celebrities gray these days too. So Abiola, because nobody can go out and color their hair. Not that I ever colored my hair, but nobody can go out and color their hair. Abiola Adioke. I'm a 2-year green card holder, and my wife and my kids in Africa, and we are no more together. We're getting divorced last month, and the I-130 is approved. Can I continue doing it for my kids? No, you would have to file separately for your children now, because your kids only come because your wife is coming. So you would have to file new I-130 for your children. Rose Huntley says, Hi, Brad. My grandmother petitioned for my mother, which was approved in January. Do I seek to acquire now after it is approved, or wait until the priority date is current? I'm outside the United States. The seek to acquire happens when you pay the filing fees at the National Visa Center. So when they send that to you, that's when you're seeking to acquire. Nathaniel Enga Min Pham. He was the first person to ask, and now he's back again. Will evading arrest misdemeanor charge affect the qualifications for a green card? The answer is yes. My friend was a new driver at the time, and it took her a long time to pull over when the trooper signaled her to stop. Not drunk or drug or contraband. My friend got deferred adjudication for that. She completed the probation time and got the non-disclosure for it. Other than this, she has a clean record. Well, that's not a criminal record. Deferred adjudication means that do a program and you'll be found innocent. So she has an arrest, and the case was ultimately dismissed. So she should be fine. Maria Victor Guzman. Hello, I've been married for 16 years and have 3 kids, but I entered without inspection. We have done the I-130. What is next, and do I have to leave the United States? Unless you're 245I or your spouse or children are in the military or former military, you would have to do a provisional waiver. Don't leave until you do the provisional waiver. Give call 1-800-529-5465. Patricia Lusant. Help my cousin apply for HR, for a home run, for human resources, I'm not sure what HR is. USCIS asked for additional evidence. I sent it in February 2019. I have not heard anything since. Sent an inquiry online to USCIS, who sent me instructions for applying for, I guess, humanitarian relief. What kind of humanitarian relief are you asking for? I'm not sure what it is that you're applying for. So, I'm smart, but I can't figure out all the initials. HR, I guess humanitarian, some sort of humanitarian relief, but I guess it took me a minute to figure out what HR was, but I don't know what it is that you're applying for. So either be more specific or you can call me at 1-800-529-5465, and I'll be happy to have a consultation with you. And by the way, Patricia Lusant follows up with that question with HR. Says, sorry, hi, Uncle Brad. I forgot to say hello. I was trying to get my question in again before it crashed. Okay. All right, you're forgetting. John Smith. Brad, if someone married 80 days ago into an ESTA and then sent their adjustment of status on 90 to 95th day, chances they would be accepted even though the 90-day rule. I've never seen someone rejected for this in the past few years. If you get married within the first 90 days, the presumption is that you came here to get married. So the closer you get married to 90 days, the lower the burden is for you to prove, no, I came here to visit and I changed my mind. So I see this all the time. We would need to speak to you to find out your specific circumstances. Carol Anderson, the tiger, I love your family pictures. Oh yeah, they're in the back. Uncle Brad, the people are not going to the hospital no more. They're in the nursing home dying. Yes, that is very true, Lisa. A lot of people, I read actually that they believe that there is a huge undercount. There's a huge undercount on the number of people who are dying from coronavirus, because a lot of people who are dying at home and are dying at the nursing homes never got tested either positive or negative for the coronavirus. They're just coming into the coroner's office dead. And the coroner's office does not have testing facilities to test to see why, if they died from coronavirus, because all the testing kits are needed for the people who are still alive. So yes, I agree with you. I bet you there is a huge, huge undercount of people who are dying from coronavirus. I agree. Abigail Turner says, my spouse lost his job due to the pandemic and we are yet to file. Can we still file? Yeah, you can file. If your spouse gets a job by the time you get your interview, or get a second affidavit of support from someone else. Patricia Martin says, hi, Brad, can an I-751 case that was terminated be appealed due to abundance of evidence? No, it cannot. There's no appeal of an I-751. You can file under a new waiver. So, for example, if you filed based on abuse, you can do it based on a divorce. If you filed as a joint, you can file it based on divorce or abuse. So you can find another category to file a new I-751 for. Other than that, you're going to go before a judge, and you would have to prove before an immigration judge in deportation that your I-751 should have been approved. So, I mean, it's not an appeal, but you get a second bite of the apple before an immigration judge. But there is no particular appeal of an I-751. And one of the comments of the day is Sonia Sharp saying, thanks, Uncle Brad, you're doing a good job. And I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Kenny Sang, when you file an adjustment after an I-360, does the adjustment fee include the work authorization, or are they separate fees? No, the adjustment fee covers the work permit. You don't need to file for a separate filing fee for the work permit. And there, folks, you have it. All of the immigration questions that I can possibly answer in 1 hour or less. I do have to say to everybody, please stay safe. Please stay home if you can. I'm staying home if I can. I'm really trying to avoid going outside. I'm trying to avoid to go to any store. I think the more that we social distance, the quicker this tragedy is going to be over. It seems to be the only way out is social distancing until they have testing up to speed and hopefully some sort of cure in the short term and a vaccine in the long term. This is a great holiday weekend. I want to wish everybody a happy Easter who's celebrating Easter. Happy Passover to those who are celebrating Passover. Please, everybody, squad, everyone who is watching, stay blessed, stay safe, and stay healthy. And we'll eventually get through all of this. As I said, my law office is open. You can give me a call at 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-LAW-LINK, 1-800-529-5465. And my office is open now. You can call my office at this very, very moment. And if you call my office at this very, very moment, you can schedule an appointment to come see me. You wouldn't see me in person right now, but we do phone consultations, not only from New York, but all over the United States and all over the world. I did phone consultations today from New York. I spoke to a guy in New Jersey. I spoke to North Carolina. I spoke to Georgia. I spoke to Florida. I spoke to California. I spoke to a person in Belize. I spoke to a person in Jamaica. I spoke to a person in Texas. That was it today. But I speak to people not only in all 50 states, but throughout the entire world. So even if you're not in the New York area, doesn't matter where you are, I can help you. Give me a call, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-LAW-LINK, 1-800-529-5465. Call my office now. I have my secretaries available to speak with you. And the telephone number to call is 1-800-529-5465. It is the best time to get your immigration issues resolved right now, because immigration, once this coronavirus thing is over, they're going to have a tidal wave of applications coming in. So you really want to try to get your applications in ahead of time. 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-529-5465. We will be off the air tomorrow. There will be no pop-up tomorrow because it's Good Friday, and then we have the Easter weekend. But I will be back on Monday with another edition of Bradshaw Live Pandemic Quarantine Pop-Up. I do have to remind everybody that prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome. This has been an attorney advertisement, but I do have to remind everybody again that if you do have an immigration problem, give me a call, 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-LAW-LINK, 1-800-529-5465. Thank you all for watching, and have a great weekend. Happy Easter. Happy Passover. Again, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you all on Monday.